French defense, Winawer, advance variation, 4, NE75.A3BXC3 plus 6.BXC3B67.QG4. Intense. That was a serious game. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Both players navigated the middle game well. Both players had a nice end game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. While preparing for d5, the French defense prevents the light squared bishop in favor of a strong center and opportunities for counterattacks. The center is fully controlled by d4 and the dark squared bishop is made available. The e4 pawn is threatened by the center counterattack on d5. c3 defends the e4 pawn and pressures the d5 pawn. b4 pins the knight on c3, preventing it from moving or protecting e4, and threatens to trade, disrupting white's pawns after bxc3. e5 closes the center and attacks the important d6 and f6 squares. The light squared bishop is ready to be fianchetto to b7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. a3 puts the question to the bishop, forcing black to retreat the bishop or exchange it for the knight on c3. As a result, the opponent's pawn structure is weakened because they are forced to double their pawns. Backs off. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. Qg4 moves the queen to an aggressive square on the king side where it attacks the g7 pawn. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This threatens to kick a knight. This kicks an opposing queen. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is the only move that works. Recaptures. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only good move. It is the last book move. This deters an assault on a queen who is weak. It is quite good. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. That's good. By doing this, a queen moves off of its beginning square and into the action. It is ideal. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is best. This protects the attacked pawn. It is good. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. Backs off. It is ideal. This attacks a knight and gains a tempo when the knight retreats. It is ideal. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This is an equal trade. It is best. Recaptures. It is ideal. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is excellent. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. It is ideal. This makes a passed pawn, meaning no opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This moves the queen to safety. It is best. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. That's good. This misses a chance to advance a rook from its starting square. It is incorrect. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. It is ideal. This defends the attacked pawn. It is good. This poses a material threat. It is ideal. When the queen retreats, this attack wins a tempo. It is ideal. This overlooks an opportunity to move a queen to safety. This allows the opponent to unpin a pawn, allowing it to provide defense. It is an inaccuracy. This breaks a pin, enabling a pawn to provide needed defense. This threatens to reveal an attack on a queen. It is best. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to win material. This prevents the opponent from being able to reveal an attack on a queen. It is best. This misses a chance to link together rooks. It is incorrect. This ignores a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. It is a mistake. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. Although white had the upper hand, the game is now almost even. It is incorrect. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. The pawn is now adequately defended. It is best. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. That's fine. It is good. This loses a chance to imply that winning a pawn is possible. It is incorrect. This took advantage of a mistake and white now has a winning advantage. It is a great move. This overlooks an opportunity to threaten winning material. It is an inaccuracy. Very precise. It is best. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. Recaptures. That is good. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. This raises the possibility of an eventual checkmate. It is ideal. This misses an opportunity to move a queen to safety. It is a mistake. Backs off. It is ideal. Although white lost their edge, the game is still almost evenly matched. It is incorrect. This is the only move that works. This threatens to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is a great move. This allows the knight to control more squares. This prevents the opponent from being able to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is best. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is ideal. There was just one smart move to be made. This misses a chance to gain a pawn. It falls flat. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This ignores a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. It is a miss. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by opposing pawns as it tries to promote. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. There was only one good move in that position. This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This permits the opponent to reveal an attack on a rook. It is a mistake. This reveals an attack on a rook. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. This threatens to win a pawn. This is the only move that works. It is best. This overlooks a better way to evade the check from the opposing pawn. It is a mistake. This is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This is the start of the endgame and white is winning. It is best. This turns the pawn into a passed pawn, which means no other pawn may oppose it as it advances. It is ideal. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. This ignores a more effective method for getting a rook to safety. It is incorrect. This misses an opportunity to defend a knight that was under attack. It is a mistake. Recaptures. It is ideal. This moves the knight to safety. This is the only move that works. This threatens to take an outpost with a knight. It is a great move. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This misses an opportunity to take an outpost with a knight. This permits the opponent to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is an inaccuracy. The moved pawn advances toward its objective. A passing pawn could be promoted as a result of this. It is ideal. The knight now occupies an outpost, a secure square in the opponent's territory. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This avoids the knight's check. It is ideal. By elevating it to the 7th rank, this poses a threat of activating a rook. It is quite good. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is good. This activates a rook by getting it to the 7th rank and also restricts the opponent's king. This is the only move that works. This threatens to win a rook. It is a great move. By doing this, a chance to advance a defeated piece is missed. It is incorrect. This threatens to win material. This allows the opponent to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is a miss. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. It is best. This wins a pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. This ignores an opportunity to capture a vulnerable pawn. It is a miss. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This is how you take the pawn. It is quite good. This pushes a passed pawn. This is the only move that works. This threatens to promote a pawn to a queen. It is a great move. It was a free pawn there. It is ideal. This forks multiple pieces. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This moves away from the knight in shining armor. It is ideal. This is the only move that works. It is best. That pawn was free for the taking. It is best. This threatens to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. It is a mistake. There was only one good move there. This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a knight. It is a miss. This evades the check from the rook. It is forced. This poses a knight-winning threat. It is quite good. Placing a rook behind an opponent's passed pawn can inhibit the pawn's ability to promote. It is best. This reveals an impending attack on a knight. It is ideal. This secures a pawn. It is ideal. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. That was a great move and very hard to find. It is brilliant. That knight was a free one. It is ideal. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This threatens to fork pieces. It is excellent. This prevents the adversary from forking pieces. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. That's a decent move. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is excellent. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is quite good. This prevents a rival rook from checking. It is quite good. The rook is now in a safe position. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. By moving it from the back rank, this activates the king in the endgame. It is ideal. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This poses a fork piece threat. It is ideal. This makes it impossible for the adversary to fork parts. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. This pins the other side's knight to the king, rendering it immobile. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This raises the possibility of an eventual checkmate. It is ideal. This makes it impossible for the adversary to win a rook. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. The rook is now in a safe position. It is ideal. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This evades the check from the knight. This is the only good move. It is a great move. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This prevents a rival rook from checking. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. A solid choice. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. A very strong play. It is excellent. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. That's fine. It is good. This prevents a rival rook from checking. It is ideal. Among the best actions. It is quite good. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. That is a logical response. It is quite good. A solid choice. It is excellent. So, a knight is attached to the king. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. A very strong play. It is excellent. That's an unfortunate error. It is a mistake. This evades the check from the rook. This is the only move that works. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. It is a great move. That's a decent move. That's good. This move puts the knight on a safer square. It is best. Intense. That was a serious game. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Both players navigated the middle game well. Both players had a nice endgame.